Good morning to your friends. I don't know, Joan. I don't know, Sam. It feels like a slow news day.
Very funny.
I know. Isn't that some gallows humor from the newsroom?
That was ironic.
Wow. All right. Very good, Sam. Very good.
You score points for that.
He absolutely gets us some points for that. We do have a lot going on, obviously. Joan, you were talking about our planes that have been going out over Kuwait, going down over Kuwait. They said a few. Is it like, we don't even know. They're not getting real specific. Is it 2? Is it 3? We actually don't know.
Yes, several, which doesn't really tell us much. I mean, I think that several means 3.
Yes.
4, 5. But
well, a couple is 2.
Yeah.
A few is 3.
A few is 3.
How many is several is like 4, whatever. Anyway, so they don't know what. I was reading about this, and they're talking about maybe, just maybe, part of this was friendly fire. So they may have, picked up some of the missiles on the ground that are designed to take out the planes. I don't know. That's part of what they're saying. So, but lucky for us, we've got Lieutenant General Richard Figg, who is going to be joining us again at 6:35. He is actually a longtime bomber pilot. And so he's going to join us. He is a news analyst for News Nation, and he is really, really good. So I'm looking forward to talking to him at 6:35. 7:05, some analysis on Iran from Brian Wilson, who also has an insider at NES, Joan. Listen to this, because it's not going to be all about Iran today. Brian has an insider at NES who has some inside intel on the story of celebrities and politicians contacting NES to get their power back on, jumping in front of the line, if you will. So Brian's got a contact within NES, and so he's going to tell us all about that as well. 7:35, Congressman Scott Desjardins will be joining us, too. What do you think the chances are that Congressman Desjardins drops a curse bomb like Tim Burchett did last week? I'm thinking Scott is not going to do that.
To be fair, he did refer to your name as making a number 2.
Yeah, he did. He sure did.
That's right, yeah.
That continues to be a rather epic moment here on Nashville's Morning News. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so there is a lot going on, and, it's a challenging day for yours truly just because, there's a lot of stuff out there, and I know that there's going to be some people that are on the air not necessarily here. I don't know what the other guy is going to say. But I can't celebrate what is going on. I can certainly celebrate the death of Khamenei. That is a great thing. The 48 or so other folks in his regime, that they're also dead. I love that fact as well. I will celebrate their deaths. But it's also a difficult day because we lost 3 members of our military. And so that is obviously something to report and consider this morning. 3 U.S. service members have died, 5 seriously wounded as well. Donald Trump, I think it's interesting. One of the things that he said is that, and he told this to the Daily Mail, that this could last for 4 or 5 weeks. And he also said that there may be more casualties as well. So there is a lot to report on this morning. Israel and the U.S. continue bombing Iran. Iran continues to fire at our military bases in the region. They continue to fire at our allies as well. And they have bombed Dubai, Doha, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates. So, part of me, as Iran continues to bomb all of these other nations, one of the things to keep in mind is that what we are doing is these are strategic military strikes. We are taking out as much as we can of Iran's government, Iran's military as well. But Iran, they're bombing hotels. They're bombing neighborhoods. This is what Iran does. And so really, in a way, as Iran continues to respond to these attacks, they're really proving the point of Donald Trump in Israel. Iran's current president says that revenge is the country's right and the country's duty, and President Trump is going to brief lawmakers at some point today. That is something that I'll be asking Congressman Desjardins, Joan, at 7:35.
So there was also the one case over the weekend, and this mirrored, what happened so many times in the conflict in Gaza. is that Iran claimed that the U.S. shot a missile into a girls' school, killing scores of young girls.
Right.
When it was really Iran that did that.
Yeah, this is what they do. This is exactly, Joan, you're right. This is exactly what Hamas did when they blamed Israel for bombing a hospital, and it was one of their own missiles that took out that hospital.
I mean, it's just textbook what you find in the Middle East. It's horrifying. You can't believe anything that comes out of the Middle East.
No, you can't.
But you saw that I don't know, is that Khomeini's replacement talking about how you haven't even seen what we have? It was like
because we blew it up
25 hours ago, buddy.
Yeah, well, you know what? I mean, here's the deal. We've lost 3 service members. We've lost some airplanes over Kuwait. One of the questions that I'm going to ask Lieutenant General Richard Figg is if this could be an instance where, maybe our computers on the planes are getting jammed because nobody's really saying how these planes came down, which to me really kind of piques my interest. So
also, because they were saying that was happening on ships in the Strait of Hormuz, is that these ships, their navigation was being jammed.
Yep.
And all communications were being jammed. So some of these ships had to go dark. Mm-hmm. They were being led astray.
Yep.
There's something happening there, and we need to know if that was caused by Iran and what they're doing. We need to know.
Let's not forget that Iran is very capable of cyber warfare.
Yes.
So that's a big part of the conversation. Also, let's not forget about China. Let's not forget about Russia, although, I think China is, from a cybersecurity standpoint, I think China is the bigger threat. China. So they are the bigger threat as far as the cyber warfare goes. And China clearly not happy that we're messing with Iran. So you do have the president. He did give an interview with the Daily Mail, breaking his silence on Sunday on the first U.S. casualties of the war in Iran. In an exclusive, they say, phone interview with the Daily Mail, he said they're great people, the president said, and as you know, we expected that to happen. Unfortunately, could happen continuous. He says it could happen again. President Trump also revealed a potential timeline for the war with Iran, suggesting fighting could go for the next 4 weeks. Now, I've seen 4 to 5 weeks. I don't know if it matters. 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, whatever. Hey, let's do a Daily Dan poll, and I'll be the first to go. So do you believe the timeline of 4 weeks will hold? I don't believe that it will. I think this is going to be, I don't know, for whatever reason, I feel like we better settle in. This is going to take a minute. Iran's military, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, they are showing no signs, although Donald Trump said that they are starting to surrender, but I haven't seen that anywhere else. I'll ask Lieutenant General Richard Figg about that.
The other thing that we can't discount here is that DHS isn't funded right now.
Correct.
And, all that cyber warfare stuff is occurring without our guys being funded. Also, there was a terror attack here in the U.S. this weekend.
There was, by a guy wearing a Property of Allah shirt. And this is so funny. Can I tell you what drives me nuts about the news? And I understand why they do it. Guy shows up. He's got a Property of Allah sweatshirt. And underneath that sweatshirt, he's got a T-shirt promoting Iran. It's like Iran's flag or something. They go to his home, and he's got a bunch of photos of Iranian leaders. Did you see this? And, of course, he had a Quran in his car.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know if it's a terror attack or not. We don't know the inspiration behind the attack on this bar in Austin, Texas. By the way, have you seen the background of this guy? We'll get into that as well. This dude shouldn't have even been in the country. Astutely enough, I mean, this is a big deal right now. You're talking about the partial government shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security. So we know that ICE and the Border Patrol not majorly impacted by this shutdown. Who is shut down right now? Well, of course, the Coast Guard, FEMA, TSA. Secret Service impacted as well. And the CISA You know what that is?
CISA.
The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. This is important. This one is pretty big because Iran, and I've been talking about this for a long time, Iran does have real and growing cyber abilities. So does China, Iran's ally. So we'll have to see.
China?
Thank you. You know what I love about Sam Jones is, he's right there, except when I kind of call for it.
China?
Well, he's certainly there with the China.
Shut up.
All right, so can we talk...
need this levity this morning, by the way.
Yes. Can we talk about this guy who shot up the bar in Austin? So this guy, his name, by the way, is Diaga Dijan. At least that's how Grok tells me to pronounce it. It's Ndiaga And he's originally from Senegal, which is in West Africa. He came to the U.S. in the year 2000. Now, here's the crazy part about this guy that is from Senegal and in West Africa. He's been in the U.S. since the year 2000. He's had a long history of arrests. He's got a history of mental illness. Guess what year his first arrest was in? The year 2001 for illegal vending. He's had several arrests after that and prior to him becoming a naturalized citizen. You know what time he became what year he became a naturalized citizen? 2013. So let me ask a question. Why is it that we allowed this guy to become a naturalized citizen when he's got a history of mental illness and a long history of arrests, including the year after he came into America? It is insanity. Now, the arrest in 2000, it was for illegal vending, but whatever. I mean, it's still an arrest. Here's the other thing. By the way, that was in the city of New York. Here's the other thing. Some of these arrests, they're sealed. So we don't actually know. There's like 3 arrests of this guy where they have been sealed. So we don't even know what these arrests are for. He moved around a lot. Go ahead, Joan.
Why are they sealed? What's behind that?
Nobody.
Did they just seal them?
A good question. I don't know why they would be sealed. They don't say why they were sealed.
Your possibilities include that he was tried on a case and acquitted, or he struck a plea deal that would have had it sealed. Those are the 2 major possibilities in my perspective. And
by the way, over the weekend I did a show for Red Eye Radio. They did a live special weekend show, and I did it. And so some of this, if you listen to that show, some of this is going to be repeat, but it does bear repeating. Daily Mail, and I'm going to ask Richard Figg about this. Daily Mail did a article on the dangers lurking within our borders. Now, this guy came here in the year 2000, but we also know what happened in the 4 years that Joe Biden was in office and the wide open border and the dangers that are lurking in this country as far as sleeper cells. So, I mean, I hate to say it, but I believe that we're probably going to see more of these. I hate to say it, but I believe that we will, just based on what we have in this country. So this is part of the problem that we have. This guy, by the way, also, there is going back to the Austin shooter, there is no list of employment status anywhere. For 26 years, he's been here. There's no list of him working anywhere.
Well, to be fair, Dan, he was property of Allah.
Allah pays in virgins.
He had all of that money anyway.
Oh, okay. You know what? Keep going, guys. Keep going. You're both on a roll. I love that. Anyway, and he was gunned down by the Austin police.
He was also on a roll on the sidewalk.
He was. So he came here on a B-2 tourist visa in the year 2000. 2006 becomes a lawful permanent resident through an IR6 marriage visa. 2013, again, naturalized as a U.S. citizen despite multiple arrests and, again, mental health problems. Why do we allow these people to stay? Criminals and mental health patients. Oh, yeah, sure, we'll let him stay.
Yeah, right.
I mean, his butt should have been back to West Africa.
He was let in during the Obama administration.
Oh, yeah. Well, Obama administration, they let him in.
Yeah, he should have been back to feeling the rains.
In Africa? Are we really going to quote Toto?
Toto reference.
Oh, my
at 5:22 in the morning.
Anyway, so that is the story of this guy. And we'll have to wait and see. The FBI is going to be very busy watching guys just like this. And here's the problem. There are thousands of people just like this. And we don't know who's out there. We don't know who's lurking. We have no idea the dangers that are within these sleeper cells that Joe Biden let in. So there's a lot to talk about today. I don't know. What about you? Do you believe in the polling that shows the vast majority of Americans are against the strikes in Iran? Reuters Ipsos poll shows that just 27% of American adults approve of the strikes against Iran. 43% disapprove. 29% are undecided. There's all kinds of polling out there. There's another poll that shows almost the exact opposite, that 50% of the American people actually approve of what we are doing. I don't know.
You said 29% are undecided and 27% approve?
27% of American adults approve, 43% disapprove, 29% they say are undecided. And by the way, this was...
So the majority either doesn't care or supports it.
I can't imagine people don't care. Do you think there's anybody who actually doesn't care?
No, I do not.
There's no way.
No, you'd be surprised.
No,
in the Gen Z
I don't.
and millennial groups that there would be people that just aren't at a capacity to... They want to pay rent next month. You know, they don't care what's happening.
I would agree with you, but I would also disagree with you. People can walk and chew gum at the same time. People can actually watch SpongeBob and actually care about what's happening.
You, Dan. Not everybody has your style and grace when you do it. Some people trip, fall, and smack their face against a doorknob when they're walking and chewing gum.
Oh, you haven't seen me trying to walk down the stairs at midnight to do show prep. So Joan, Kuwait shot down our planes.
Yeah, it was a mistake.
Somebody had a bad day.
Somebody
I mean,
had a
how do you
bad day.
how do you not differentiate between like Iran's planes and our planes? Like, well, you know what? What's that?
They said it was their defense system, so I don't know that it was like an actual airplane shooting at another airplane.
No, I understand
Right.
that. It's one of the missiles down on the ground.
Modern air defense rely heavily on identification, friend or foe, or IFF transponders, radar signatures, flight paths, and real-time coordination. In intense scenarios, these can fail due to IFF transponder issues, overwhelmed sensors from multiple inbound tracks, communication breakdowns in joint allied operations, and human error under stress.
Okay. Listen, everybody's okay. And is it weird that I'm like at least heartened that it wasn't Iran that shot us down?
Yeah.
Well, they tried to take credit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they tried to take credit. It's funny, before this, I want to make sure everybody knows that before we got this news that it was friendly fire, some knucklehead talk show host in Nashville actually said, I bet you it may have been friendly fire. So I was right.
I actually saw a video last night of what looked like a F-15 pilot being recovered by some Kuwait people, put in the back of a car, helped to get back to the base.
Did they immediately apologize? Dude, my bad. We're sorry.
They were asking him what happened.
You know, exchanging insurance, that kind of thing.
He's just chilling in the back of a minivan.
All right, this is Donald Trump and part of what he said last night.
Over the past 36 hours, the United States and its partners have launched Operation Epic Fury, one of the largest, most complex, most overwhelming military offensives the world has ever seen. Nobody's seen anything like it. We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now it was announced that we knocked out 9 ships plus their naval building, all in a matter of literally minutes. Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds and even thousands of Americans on his hands and was responsible for the slaughter of countless thousands of innocent people all across many countries.
All right, now, I have not heard this. Joan, have you heard this? Sam, have you heard this? Do you think at any point he's going to say, he died like a dog?
Yeah.
I think he learned.
Did he learn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of actually enjoyed that.
I love that. One of my favorite videos ever
Shane Gillis's impression
is when they do a comparison of Obama when he took out Osama bin Laden and when Trump took out, I forget the guy's name, but Obama.
Baghdadi.
What's that?
Al-Baghdadi.
Al-Baghdadi, that's right. So you've got, Obama being his usual, he was an eloquent guy. I didn't like him, but he was eloquent. So Obama's being all eloquent about the death of Osama bin Laden. Then they cut to Donald Trump. He died like a dog. You know what I mean? It's just very funny. And I like the he died like a dog much better.
Last night, all over Iran, the voices of the Iranian people could be heard cheering and celebrating in the streets when his death was announced. The entire military command is gone as well, and many of them want to surrender into saving their lives. They want immunity. They're calling by the thousands.
So just a little bit of context on that. What the president has been saying, I've been telling about the Islamic Revolutionary Guard for, a long time, obviously. And basically that is the military arm of the Iranian government. So, yes, they are, military, but they also have a lot of actual roles within the Iranian government, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. Also, remember, this is the military apparatus that also trained Hamas to attack Israel. And ultimately, as you all know, Hamas took out 1,200 plus Israelis on that horrific day. And so the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, Donald Trump says that they're calling by the thousands. I don't know. Have you heard, Joan, about any of these guys laying down their arms and asking for...
I have not.
Yeah, I have not heard. Now, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and I don't know if that would be something that the media would readily report. But you know what? If Donald Trump is saying that's happening, then who am I to call the president a liar? But he said, you know what? If you lay down your arms and you make that phone call and you want to stand by us as we try to rebuild Iran, well, then we'll go ahead and we'll allow you to take part in that process.
Let's just say that no one has actually called yet, though. Putting that out there is going to cause some internal diffusion, right?
Yeah, because there's already over the weekend, there were reports that there was some division within the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. And so there's some factions, Joan, you and I were talking in our pre-show meeting that there are some factions within the Iranian government that are saying that they are willing to negotiate, other factions that are saying they're not willing to negotiate. So We're already seeing what a lot of folks, including yours truly, predicted, which is a lot of disagreement within Iran, within its military, within its government as well, over who is in charge. And so let's just say that the faction that wants to negotiate does negotiate. Well, the faction that does not want to negotiate, they don't necessarily have to listen to whatever terms are negotiated. So that's going to be a big part of the problem. Now, do I believe that Trump ultimately has a plan in place? I don't know. It sounds like he does.
Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved. We have very strong objectives. They could have done something 2 weeks ago, but they just couldn't get there. Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen.
Yeah, there was 3 dead and 5 that have been, I guess, seriously wounded. Joan, is that what you have?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And do we know how they died? Like, was it maybe a...
No, we don't.
Okay. All right.
The
I thought
assumption,
it was a strike on the Kuwait base.
That's the thought.
Yeah.
I don't think that's been confirmed as of yet.
We haven't even gotten to the fact that this has caused some outbreak surge in Pakistan, where the consulate was under attack.
Well,
Yeah,
also in Kuwait, I think we're going to have embassies burning all across the Middle East. That's just what they do.
Well, did you hear about Pakistan
Well,
specifically?
No.
Right.
That was fun.
So the guys just descended on the building, smashing windows, threatening, of course, to go in, and they were just summarily killed. What was it, 20, Sam?
Who killed them? Like our
the
people?
Marines.
Good.
Marines,
They didn't understand that out of all of the fighting forces, you're going to go pick on the Marines, who have those guys are constantly itching to do something.
Oh, they're like.
And you're going to go smash windows. I think they had like 2 pistols in this mob of 40 or 50 people.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say that the Marines were itching to kill people. That's not what I'm going to say.
Well, no,
but what I would
itching
say,
to protect.
Yeah, itching to protect. It's like, you know what? You can come in here with your rocks and your sticks or whatever you got, but it's not going to end well for you guys.
It didn't. And 9 dead and 25 injured. So
is that all on video? Because I know that I've seen the video. Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's the Pakistani guys recording themselves. Like, I guess.
So I want to make sure I get this straight. So they go to our consulate and they come armed with rocks and sticks and a phone.
Crowbars and some phones and some 2x4s and
wow.
I guess wasn't tracking with them that there's Marines with armor, grenades, and automatic weapons on the other side.
Well, that's okay. Allah protected them, I'm sure.
And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case. But America will avenge their deaths and deliver the most punishing blow to the terrorists who have waged war against basically civilization. They have waged war against civilization itself. Our resolve, and likewise that of Israel, has never been stronger. America is now, again, the richest, most powerful nation in the world by far. But the only reason we enjoy the quality of life that we do and the freedom and security is we have done things that others are unable to do. But it's because of warriors who are willing to lay down their lives to do battle with our enemies. And they do battle better than anybody. An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be a dire threat to every American. We cannot allow a nation that raises terrorist armies to possess such weapons that would allow them to extort the world to their evil will. Not going to let it happen.
So that is President Donald Trump, by the way. New explosions have been heard in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Doha, among others. So our bombing continues. Iran's bombing continues. Israel's bombing continues as well. And let's take a look at the Daily Dan poll. So, Joan, I don't even know did we get your official prediction? The Daily Dan poll question is Donald Trump said 4 weeks. I've heard other reporting say 4 to 5 weeks. And so then my question is, okay, so do you believe that we will actually see a 4 to 5 week war, or do you believe that it'll be longer than that? And so how did we exactly frame the question on YouTube, Sam?
I added a third option. Do you believe the timeline of Trump's 4 weeks will hold? Yes, no, longer than that, or no, shorter than that?
Thank you, Sam. That's my selection.
Yep,
I believe it's going to be shorter.
Okay.
Yep. Joan
He ain't messing around. And he's said over and over again, he doesn't like war. He doesn't like death. And he's already said, people, we're going to, the people of Iran, we are going to clear out the mullahs, the Ayatollah, all the evil. You take over. You do what has to happen to make your government what you want.
Yeah, we're at 47% say no, longer than that. 31% saying yes, timeline 4 weeks will hold. And then, Joan, you and I are in the minority of 21% saying no, shorter than that.
I hope you guys are right.
I
do.
I think he said 4 weeks as 4D chess of going, this is how long I'm prepared to go. Let's see how long it takes for you to tap out.
Okay. By the way, have you guys, if anybody spent any time on the World Wide Web, you saw this over the weekend, the difference between the Democrats' handling of Iran and the Republicans. This, of course, Kamala Harris.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
As President Biden said, just don't.
Exactly. One word. Pretty straightforward.
Right. And then you can listen to what Donald Trump says.
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped.
So that is, listen.
I think 46 had something to say about that.
Don't.
Yeah, he did. He did. Joe Biden also.
I think he was telling himself not to crap his pants.
Don't.
I can feel it coming. Oh, no. Oh, Jill.
Oh,
Don't.
Phil Collins.
Yeah. Anyway, so that is, Amy sent that to me over the weekend. Very, very funny, as a matter of fact. And, you know, I do understand. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you. And then I said this over the weekend when I did Red Eye. I'm going to say it here as well. I got very mixed emotions about this because we don't know how this whole thing is going to end. But considering the fact that we took out the Ayatollah in, the first round of bombs and 48 of his regime, of his henchmen, I think that we are off to a great start. Marco Rubio, of course, he was hitting the weekend shows. He said this to Maria Bartiromo. This is what the Secretary of State had to say.
Listen, why do we have bases in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and Qatar and UAE? All of those bases are there to help protect those countries from Iran. Why did Hezbollah exist? Because of Iran. What does Hamas exist? Because of Iran. How do the Houthis exist? Because of Iran. Who built the IEDs that maimed and killed American soldiers in Iraq? Iran. They're behind every problem in this region. They are the sole source of instability in the entire Middle East, and the world's been paying a price for this for 40-something years. Imagine those people having a nuclear weapon, just one nuclear weapon, or even the capability to being on the threshold of having a nuclear weapon. That's what the world was facing. That is unacceptable. President Trump did the world a favor last night, and now Iran should sort of wake up, the Iranian regime should wake up and say, okay, if we really want nuclear energy in our country, there's a way to do it. That offer's still there. We're prepared to talk to them tomorrow and start working on that. Steve Witkoff has traveled extensively around the world trying to reach that deal with them, but they play too many games. They play way too many games, and now they found out.
Well, that's one of the things that Donald Trump has said. We've all said, actually, which is, Iran has this really bad habit of, okay, so we're going to take a meeting, and then, Joan, 4, 5, 6 weeks later, we're still trying to, get some sort of an answer as to the points that were made in that meeting. And so Trump, obviously, and Marco Rubio and Trump's team, they just decided, you know what, we're not going to sit around and wait for them to come back and resume the conversation. And President Trump basically just decided,
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them. It's true. I don't care. I don't care. They've got to be stopped.
And that was in 2016. So the president has been incredibly consistent on all of this. Coming up at 6:35, a military and political analyst, Richard Newton, is going to be joining us. And he spent a lot of years in the Air Force as a bomber pilot. So I can't wait to talk to this guy about how he feels this campaign is going. He is an analyst, military and political analyst for News Nation. Looking forward to that conversation coming up at 6:35 here on Nashville's Morning News. Joan has the news coming up at 6. Joan.
Yeah, coming up, we've got the latest on what's happening in Iran this morning with ABC News. Also, a child sexual abuse sweep in Sumner County. Details on that at the 6 o'clock newscast coming up here on Super Talk 99.7
right,
WTF.
So I got to clean something up.
What?
His name is not Richard Fig, which is apparently what I said.
Yeah,
it's Richard Newton. But so
you got Fig Newtons on the brain, buddy?
No. Here's the thing. His nickname, I'm actually technically right because his nickname is Fig.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But as a matter of fact, they said that I could call him Dick Newton if I so chose. And so, but I'm going to call him Richard because I don't know him well enough to call him Dick, which is the short form of Richard. But his name is Richard Newton. Sam, make sure that I don't screw this up when I get the dude on the air.
So what you're saying is you're not up to Dick.
I'm
Oh
anyway.
My gosh.
What is going on with your head today? I don't even, you know what? Just erase what I just said.
That's a phrase from the 20s, by the way. It means you're not feeling well.
Oh, is it?
Fact check me.
I don't care to fact check you. I've got a lot of things I've got to talk about today, Sam, and that's not one of them.